St. George's Hall was aglow with torches and lamps, creating a firmament of stars in the glazed windows lining the far wall. The voices of the king's courtiers rang in counterpoint to the music. Their silks rustled as their feet caught the rhythm. There was an exuberance of aromas, roasted boar, exotic spices, delicately scented hair and clothing, melting beeswax, smoke, sweat, and now and then icy air, as revellers slipped out to relieve their wine-bloated bladders in the privies. A latecomer impatiently pushed aside a stumbling lord, then paused as his senses, having adjusted to the dark silence of the snowfall outside in the upper ward, were now ambushed by the noise, the heat, and the smoky glare of the torches that made him cough and blink. As he shook the snow from his brown hair, Ned Townley searched the faces at the long tables near the door, where the pages and lesser officials huddled over their food. He was looking for a young face that had become all too familiar of late, a face seen too often bent towards Mary, Ned's betrothed. He should not have left it so long. But the signs of Mary's turmoil had been subtle. Frowns shrugged off as nothing, a distracted air, unexplained tears. By the time Ned had suspected and had begun spying on Mary, she had reached a level of comfortable intimacy with Daniel, a page in Sir William of Wyndesore's household, that Ned had taken months to achieve. Not that he had caught them embracing. Mary was too loyal to let it come to that without confessing all to Ned. He could see that Mary was aware of her shifting loyalties and tormented by guilt. But he had no intention of losing Mary. His rival was a mere page, recently come to court from Dublin. What could the pup know of love? Ned had sampled women's charms in many lands, and knew that Mary was the one God meant for him. How serious could the lad's affections be? Ned judged it would take little to frighten him off. Some sharp words, veiled threats, no more than that. As he caught sight of Daniel, Ned felt a twinge of doubt about his suspicions. In contrast to the retainers surrounding him, the page looked a pale, delicate creature. What woman would lose her heart to such a lad? Was it possible Ned exaggerated the lad's threat to his happiness? But it was no time to weaken. Ned must do what he could to ensure his happy future with Mary. He squared his shoulders, put on a threatening visage. Had his old comrades in arms been beside him tonight, they would have laughed and slapped him on the back, calling him a fool for love. But behind the teasing facades, Owen and Leaf would have understood. They were equally besotted with the women they had coaxed to the church door. Ned had not reckoned with the solidarity of Windsor's men.